welcome to or welcome back to my channel. I'm CasualCuriousity, and if you're new here, hi, welcome to the channel. I cover a multitude of different topics. I've covered, I think, about 6. This would be my 7th topic. I've covered about 6 topics now, completed. They're on my profile in the playlist section. There are 6 playlists compiled of all my videos in there. If you want to go through each of them, one is about dreams. One is about change. One is about the afterlife and like religion and philosophy. One is about the Mandela effect. One is about deja vu, and one is about Dungeons and Dragons. Like I said, variety of topics covered on the channel. But anyway, like I said, this is the third episode of my 7th series. I suggest going back to the first episode and starting from there. But it's just about music, and we're talking about how it helps you regulate emotions and how it helps you in daily life. That's what this episode is going to be about, but if you want to, I would suggest to go back to the first episode so you can come back to this point and kind of have a better grasp on what we're going to be talking about. But anyway, let's jump into it because I feel like I've been rambling for a bit now. It's been officially like a minute of recording, and I feel like I've been talking for a bit long. But anyway, let's look at how music actually helps you function from day to day, especially as like a student or a young adult. I'm not saying older adults don't experience the same thing, but I feel like it's more common in young adults and teenagers than students. As a student myself, I feel like I can say that it definitely helps me go through the day. Anyway, what does it mean to focus? Focus is the ability to concentrate on a task without being distracted. I struggle with focusing personally. I'm trying to get better with that. But I find that music can help me stay focused because it keeps me in the zone and it prevents any other sounds from distracting me. But anyway, let's get into that. Key characteristics of music and productivity and how they kind of work together. 1. It improves concentration. Background music can help you stay on task. Also, for new viewers, I mention this every video. I always like to have some clarification. All my research stuff is on the side here. So if you see me, that's why. But anyway, locking back in. Background music can often help you stay on task. Having just some kind of sound that blocks out any other distracting sound often helps people stay on task and focus on what they're doing in that moment. It also creates routine. Listening to certain music signals your brain it's time to work. Like, if you have a set playlist that's for studying, your brain will be like, oh, it's studying when you listen to that certain song or that certain playlist. And I have that instinct too, because I have music for when I get ready to sleep to like wind me down, and my brain's like, alright, and I start getting sleepy when I listen to it. Which is good and bad, because there's certain artists I've like devoted for bedtime, and now I can't listen to them outside of that, or I just start feeling like sleepy. It's sort of, like I said, subconscious. You kind of makes your brain think, alright, time to sleep. I guess that's where it can kind of cause problems. But other than that, I find that it helps me, and it helps a bunch of other people too. Reduces stress. Music, for a fact, I can say definitely lowers anxiety while either studying or doing homework. It definitely helps keep you on task as long as you're not like fully like jamming out, because I find myself, I've done that a few times where I just kind of stop in my homework and I just start jamming out to my music. But then I realized, okay, maybe we should switch genres or switch the song so that I can kind of focus on what I'm doing again. But yeah, so it's kind of a double-edged sword. That's the right phrase to use. It can be good and it also can be bad. But anyway, increases motivation. Depends on the music, but I would say music can definitely help you feel more motivated to do tasks, especially if they're more on the trivial and mundane side, like, doing certain chores or doing, again, homework if you find that trivial. It can definitely help you complete those tasks without it feeling really, really boring, especially if you don't want to do it just in general. Some music I can say is good for tasks. Lo-fi instrumental music I would definitely say is good for doing homework and studying, because it doesn't have the lyrical aspect of just other music that'll make you want to sing along to it and stuff like that. It just has sounds that isn't total just silence. It adds just sort of some kind of background, so it kind of keeps you in the zone in a way. I've listened to some lo-fi music. I was about to say Lo-Fi Girl, but Z slipped out for some reason. But I was gonna say I listened to some Lo-Fi Girl music, and I find that it kind of does help me focus, and it's kind of helpful. Again, instrumental's also good, and like certain like hertz or whatever also is pretty good. And yeah, obviously there's white noise, brown noise, pink noise, all the different noises. I haven't personally delved into any of those yet, but whatever floats your boat. Upbeat music. Upbeat music is good for cleaning, getting your energy up, working out, dancing. I listen to a lot of high energy music. I used to listen to it a lot more, but I listen to some high energy music. I would say that it definitely gets you excited and more like, I don't want to say joyous, but more happy because it's so upbeat. Even if it's talking about something sad, I feel like it's still not sad, but sorry, but it definitely, I would say, helps me like be upbeat and kind of happier. And then familiar songs that are familiar to you, whether it be sad, happy, angry, it can definitely help with comfort, I feel like, especially maybe if it's sadder or slower or quieter. But it might distract you if you start singing along. But hey, that might be good if you're listening to sad. If you're sad and you're listening to something happy and it distracts you from it. But anyway, just to clarify, not all music works for everyone. Sometimes people prefer silence or just, like I said, white noise or just a sound, or not at all, and that's fine. People have their tastes. You can listen to certain music, you listen to certain sounds, you listen to nothing at all, you listen to rain, water, whatever helps you focus, and people are going to be different that way, and that's okay. Anyway, music can actually shape how productive you are and focused you are, whether you believe it or not. Some music can even condition you to be like, okay, it's time to lock in, it's time to do work. But anyway, this episode is coming to a close. Like I said, I'm still trying to get into the feel for things and get used to recording again. I know I say this every time, but I really am trying to be more consistent. I've just encountered a lot of roadblocks, but it's okay. Anyway, this is the end. We're going to conclude in our next episode, the last episode, which will be a recap of everything and some little bits and bobs of information about music and how it can help you self-regulate. And that'll really be it. Anyways, bye guys. Hope you stay curious. Have a good night. Have a good day. And for new viewers, maybe subscribe if it's for you. If it's not, I'll see you some other time. Goodbye.